5,
No,
4.
it's already going. So as we was talking about earlier, we went outside, looked at the car, and it got us to thinking about how when we were single, or you, or both of us were single, how we both had one car, and if that car didn't go, we was effed up, basically. But now that we're together, we got options, and not just from a material thing, but just from a whole security thing of you knowing that, hey, I got somebody else that can help me.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's kind of important.
Definitely. Because I remember plenty of times where it was just me and the kids, or just being out there alone and not having the money to afford, the AAA, and having to get the backyard mechanic to come and try and help me, and like having to kind of flirt with him so that I can get some free services, because I couldn't really afford any, services that he could, try and offer me. But yeah, it's great security knowing that I have somebody and who always has things in place. So
from a male point of view, from my point of view, how I look at it also is that, well, just how I was raised, that, I seen my dad and my grandfather and my uncles or whatever, they went to work every day or did something, to provide money, which basically was work. But it gave me that sense of, hey, when I get my family, I want to be, so quote in quotation marks of the provider, but in our relationship, we both provide. It's not like it's just I'm going to work and you at home barefoot and pregnant. That's not happening. But it makes me feel good to know that I'm responsible for somebody in so many words. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You have that security now of not just financial, but just period.
Right. No, for sure. And the fact that, I didn't have my dad in the household, and so I didn't really know what it was like to have a man in my space in a positive way. So yeah, so I have prayed for this, and as you know, I prayed for it later on down the line, because I didn't really know that really was going to happen for me. So I'm grateful that our worlds kind of collided or combined in a sense.
So by you having that security, and by you not having to be the superwoman, remember we always talk about that, about how, people always depended on us.
Yes.
So it's not all the time, but just so to speak, like we was always there for everybody else, but then when it came time for vice versa, maybe they wasn't, maybe. How did you come to that point of like being kind of the submissive part, like they talk about in the Bible, not on knees, whatever, but just,
not barking, not hopping on one leg and
yeah.
barking. Well, I think it was because I had to it took time, because for so long I had this wall built up because I was so afraid. I never had that security, as we just said. So it took time, even through the marriage. I mean, my guard was coming down, slowly, but then I started seeing how you were with the kids, and how you were pretty much in every aspect of your life. Right. And so it just helped me to trust you more. And so I relinquished my trust. I'm like, okay, God, I trust him. I trust you. He submits to you, so I can submit to him.
I think that's important for you. I think that's important for people to know and hear, that you can be submissive, but still I'm not a dictator. We're in this together, but by you knowing that I'm following God, I'm submissive to him, that means you can be submissive to me, because I'm following him. I'm not gonna steer us wrong.
That's right.
And you believe that.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, it's just people who get that whole submissive thing mixed all up now, like, I'm not submitting to no man or whatever. That's not what it is. We decide on a lot of things together. Very rarely do I just make a decision. Only if it's absolutely necessary am I gonna make a decision like that. you know, but even if I have to, you trust in me to like, okay, he's not gonna make a bad decision.
Oh no.
To put us in harm's way.
For sure, you are definitely the CFO, the CEO, all that. I'm just the COO, you know. And
okay.
yeah, real
okay.
talk.
Okay.
So it's a whole hierarchy, but at the same time, you know, I understand what your strengths are, and I understand what my weaknesses and my strengths are, and I understand that we just balance each other out, and I trust you. So it's just made it easier in the friendship, the relationship, and the spousalship. Is that a word?
That's a word. Okay. All right. We gone for now.